Good morning, boy. It's Thursday. It's the last day of the week for me. But remember to continue to watch Room 9 tomorrow for some great science and social studies activities. But I'm Dr. Sanders, and it's Thursday, and we're finishing up our week. And I'm here to teach a little pre-K and K math and ELA. And basically, we're here to have a little fun. And it's Thursday. It's the last day of the week for me. But if you think about it, what we have this week, remember we have been talking about retelling stories from beginning to end and measuring using non-standard tools. So remember, even though it's K and pre-K and K, it doesn't matter how old you are. You can be 2 or 102 or 1 and 101. And you can learn something, but overall, you can have some fun. Fun. F-U-N. Fun. All right, so let's get started. We're going to get started by counting on our number chart. And we noticed that you all like counting so much, especially by ones, but it's also, sometimes it takes a long time, so we want to make sure we get through everything. So we're going to start with 70. From 70 to 100 by ones. And then we're going to count by 5s and 10s. And then we'll do a little talking about measuring. And then I have something special today. You ready? Okay, here we go. Let's start at 71 to 100 by ones. Are you ready? Let's go. 71, 72, 73, 74, it's like a pattern, right? Let's repeat. 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. All right, let's count from 0 to 5. 0 to 100 by 5s. 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. Let's count from 0 to 100 by 10s. This is like counting by 10s. And when you get older, like you're in 3rd grade, you're like 10 times 3. That's 30. 10, 20, 30. So you learning something good already. Let's go. 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. 100, 100, 100. Oh, I got to take my hat off. That way I can do the dance right. All right, boys and girls, let's count the letters in our friends' names. Whose name is this? Mary. Hi, Mary. Let's count her letters. 1, 2, 3, 4. She has 4 letters. And whose name is this? Landon. Hi, Landon. Let's count Landon's letters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Landon has 6 letters. And whose name is this? Travell. Hi, Travell. Hi, Travell. Let's count his letters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He has 8 letters. And whose name is this? Hi, Prosperity. Let's count Prosperity's letters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And whose name is this? It's McKenna's. Hi, McKenna. Let's count her letters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. She has 7 letters in her name. She has 7 letters in her name. All right. Hey, pause. All right, boys and girls. Now we're going to do a little measuring. Let's measure this. Let's measure this using blocks. Okay? This is one of my daughter's Lego things. Some of you may recognize it. I don't know. It's just a Lego. Looks like a triple-decker bus. But let's see how tall it is using blocks. I have some blocks together already. So let's go from the bottom to the top. I got to take these few blocks off. Let's see if we're at the bottom to the top. So how many blocks tall is the triple-decker bus? How many blocks tall is the triple-decker bus? Let's see. I think we can take one more off, I think. Yep, we can take one more off. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 blocks tall. It is 8 blocks tall. And let's see which one is taller. Which one do you think is taller? The bus or the cup? We know the bus is what? 8 blocks. So let's see how tall the cup is. We had to add a couple more blocks. If you see, okay, I think I have enough. So let's see. Let's count them. Count them together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It is 11 blocks tall. So which one was taller? The bus or the cup? We put them together. Which one was it? The cup. All right, boys and girls. I'm going to drink me a little water, but that's okay. Here we go. Let's stand up. Everybody stand. All right, sit down. Stand. All right, sit down. Let's count the, let's jump up and down. Let's stand up. Let's jump up and down 10 times. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's raise the roof 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's dab 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Let's nod our head 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Let's sit down on 3. 1, 2, 3. Up, down, up, down. Sit right down on the ground. All week, we've been talking about beginning, middle, and end, right? I'm going to read this book. It's a book I like to read, but it's a long book, so I need you to make sure you pay attention. Get ready, get settled, and I want you to think what happens in the beginning, the middle, and the end of this book. This book is called A Storm Called Katrina. A Storm Called Katrina. And this is the what? Spine. This is the back cover, and this is the front cover. And the author of this book is Myron Uhlberg. And this story is about being thankful. We've been talking about being thankful too as well, right? Remember, send those videos in why you're thankful. A storm called Katrina. Katrina was a hurricane in New Orleans and it happened in 2005. And it was a big hurricane. So let's listen and see what happens. But as you're listening, listen for a beginning, middle, and end. What happened at the beginning of the book, the middle of the book, and at the end. All right? A storm called Katrina. And just think about why you're thankful. Hurricane's coming, baby. Mama said, I'm not a baby anymore, Mama. I turned 10 last month. Doesn't matter how old you are, Louis Daniel. You'll always be my baby, she said. Now hush and go to bed. The wind rattled my river, something fierce. When the storm howled louder, I covered my ears and hid under my blanket. I hugged my brass cornet close to my chest. I always feel better having it nearby. Someday, I wanted to play just like Louis Daniel Armstrong, the greatest horn player ever. And you see his cornet? It's like a type of horn. In the morning, I saw that the storm had blown our big oak tree with the tire swing. Blown down our big oak tree with the tire swing. Mama's elephant ear plants were beaten flat to the ground. Will you look at that rain, Daddy said. Those drops were bigger than quarters. The wind slammed them sideways against the window. Daddy pulled me away from the glass. The whole house shook. Don't you worry now, Mama said. After some huffing and puffing, Katrina will blow away and land up the coast just like all those other hurricanes. But I couldn't stop worrying. Finally, the rain stopped and everything got real quiet. Daddy opened the door. Water's rising fast, he said. We got to get out of here. Let me run and get a few things first, Mama said. Daddy shook his head. There's no time. It's already up to our front stoop. I grabbed my horn from the coffee table. No way was I going to leave that behind. Outside, the world had turned upside down. Our whole block was filling with water. Levees broke, a man from behind us shouted. Everyone head south. I held on to Mama and my horn as tight as I could. So far, and what happened? A hurricane came, and then the streets started to flood. The water rose so high that we had trouble walking. Daddy grabbed a piece of someone's porch that was floating by and lifted me up onto it. I was glad, because I was afraid we might run into a gator. I kept a sharp watch just in case. Mama climbed up beside me and held me in her arms. Everything's going to be all right, baby, she said. I almost didn't mind her calling me baby then. As Daddy pushed us along, all kinds of things drifted by, even somebody's plastic Christmas tree. I saw a sad-looking dog standing on a bunch of boards. He had a red ball in his mouth. Daddy, I said, can we take him with us? No, Louis. The dog wagged his tail like he wanted to play. He never stopped looking at me as we floated past. I felt sorry for the dog. He was in the same fix we were. The water was up to Daddy's chest by now. The sky was so blue and bright it hurt my eyes. Daddy pushed that old piece of porch up one street and down the next. I tried to help him by paddling with a broom that I pulled out from the water. A flatboat floated by. Got any room for us? Daddy called to the driver. Sorry, we're full. Please, mister, I said. There's a black and white dog back there. Can you take him? He's not very big. The man didn't answer. The boat just drifted away. The mercury around water rose so high that Daddy had to climb on the porch boat with Mama and me. That was when a broom hit a pile of clothes. Mama covered my eyes. Don't look, baby. We rowed up and paddled until we reached the place where the water wasn't as deep. Daddy jumped off and began to push us again. Finally, we felt the bottom of our boat scrape the ground. Where do we go now? I don't know, baby. We joined a long line of folks heading toward the Superdome. Everyone said we'd be safe there. When we got closer, I could see that the storm had torn apart part of the dome's big white roof. People were shouting and crowding towards the gates. A lady dragged a garbage bag full of clothes. A lady dragging a garbage bag full of stuff came up to us. I lived around these parts for 50 years, and I ain't never seen nothing like this. She hoisted the big bag over her shoulder. I just didn't reckon the storm would ever get this bad. Mama shook her head. Nobody did. So now in the middle, they get into a safer place, right? The Superdome was a lot bigger inside than it looked on TV. Thousands of people were spread all over the place. The place was hot and stinky. Mommy and me searched for a row of empty seats, then sat down to wait. I was tired and hungry and wished we could go home. When electricity went out, Daddy and me huddled close together in the dark. I was scared, but I finally fell asleep. In the middle of the night, I woke up from a bad dream, thought about me losing my cornet. I felt better when I saw it was still tucked next to Mama. The next day, it got even hotter. People had to wait in long lines to use the restroom. When we finally got in, it felt really bad. On the way back to our seats, we heard someone say that food and water were running out. Daddy went to go try to find some. Two men in front of us started really wanting the same water bottle. The first man saw me with a water bottle and said, "Give me that bottle." My mom said, "Leave my son alone." And she stood up and hustled us out of our seats. "Come on," she said. "We're going to sit somewhere else." "But what about Daddy? He won't be able to find us." "Yes, he will, baby." Mama said, "Don't you worry." We waited at our new seats. My legs were hurt from sitting so long, and Mama seemed tired and worried. I looked around the huge dome. There were too many people around. Daddy was not going to find us anywhere. "Mommy, I got an idea." I picked up my cornet and started playing with the shiny buttons. "Mama, I'll be right back." "No, baby, you stay right here." "But Mama, I know how to find Daddy." She looked at me hard. "All right, you come right back to section 145, row 23. Do you remember that? Section 145, row 23. I hurried across the fake grass field and stopped right in the middle. I closed my eyes, lifted my horn, and played a song my granddaddy had taught me. "Home, sweet home." After I blew the last note, I stood there for a minute. A voice cut through all the noise. "Louis! Louis Daniel!" What was that? That was his daddy. "Daddy!" He ran all the way down the steps from the top of the Superdome. He grabbed me by his arms and swung me around and around. "I looked all over this place," Daddy said. "I thought I'd never find you. Where's your mama?" "Section 145, row 23. When we got back, Mama started to cry, but she was smiling at the same time. "I'm so proud of you, Louis Daniel." "The buses are here," someone yelled. People pushed and shoved, trying to get to the doors. When we finally stepped outside, it was so bright I had to blink a few times. And there was that black and white dog wagging his tail at me. "Daddy, look," I cried. "Please, please, can we keep him?" "Louis, we can't take a dog with us," he said. "Them buses are for people." "Who says we're taking any bus?" Mama said. Daddy looked for a long minute. Then he smiled. "Come on, boy," I said. "We're going home." That's the end of the book. Did you like that story? Yes. Everybody stretch real quick before we talk about it. Say, "Yeah." Say, "Ah." Yes. that story was about about a storm called Katrina, right? It was about Katrina, and it was a hurricane that destroyed everything in New Orleans. But in the beginning, the storm came, right? And then they had to find towards the middle. Towards the middle, they had to do what? Right, they had to find somewhere to go. They had to float on the door or the old porch to find somewhere to go. And then they got to the Superdome, which was a big football field. And then, Daddy got lost. And then what happened? The little boy played the horn, the cornet, and said, ooh, played that home sweet home. And he found his daddy. And then at the end, the water had went down a little bit and they started to go home, right? So that was the beginning, middle, and end. So not only does this story talk to us about beginning, middle, and end, but it also talks to us about, it shows us what to be thankful for. And we have to be thankful for everything that you have. What do you think the little boy was thankful for? For getting the dog, for having that dog? Yes, I think he was thankful for that. What else? What? He was thankful for his daddy. Yes. And his mama? Yes. And for his horn, right? His mama was thankful because that's how they found their daddy. You have to be thankful for, a lot of people are thankful for family, right? So, boys and girls, you all are very amazing people. And we have to be thankful because we can be thankful as we're learning stuff. And this book was called A Storm Called Katrina. So we learned a little bit about a hurricane. There's big winds, a lot of rain, and how they got rescued, or how they made it out of the hurricane, and what they were thankful for. So we have a little bit more time. So let's talk about our sight words for today.
Call from 30254.
Let's talk about our sight words from the day for this week, and then we'll be ready to go. Almost ready to go. What word is this? On. Let's spell on. On. O-N. On. What's this word right here? She. She. S-H-E. She. What word is this? That. T-H-A-T. That. And what word is this? My. M-Y. My. And what word is this? Have. H-A-V-E. Have. Have you ever wondered? And let's think about this. One more. I forgot about our book. Ooh, I want to stretch again. Oh. All right. Let's think about this. In our book, I want you to think about, and I want you to write me something, or you can draw it. What was your favorite part of the book? I'm going to draw a quick picture, and you can draw a picture at the beginning, the middle, or the end. But what is your favorite part of the story? The favorite part of the story. I'm going to draw my favorite part real quick. What kind of people do I draw? Stick figures, right. Let's see. This is a little boy. What is he doing? He's playing the horn. You see him? Oh, he got to hold it, doesn't he? But he's playing the horn. And that happened towards the middle of the book. So he's playing the horn. So beginning, middle, and end. That's what I really want you to think about. as we continue, next week we'll talk about some more. And it's almost that time, boys and girls. It's almost that time. Oh, not yet. I'm sorry. Not yet. So I will write middle on my story. Okay? What am I thankful for? Let's draw these people. Yes, I'm drawing. I'm going to show you what I'm drawing in a second. Take a look, boys and girls. I'm thankful for my family and our 2 cats. Do those look like cats? No, not really. I'm thankful for my family. So what are you thankful for? We'll talk about this a lot next week as well. So it's that time. It's Thursday. You won't see me tomorrow. Okay, boys and girls. Before we go, let's spell 9. N-I-N-E. 9. Room 9, the largest classroom in the region. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.
Teaching in Room 9 is made possible with support of Bank of America, Dana Brown Charitable Trust, Emerson, and viewers like you.